I don't know if you can see all the dirt that's in here. I just got to get that with the shop vac. It's all sorts of dust and dirt and wood chips and God knows what else. It's all on the running boards. So I got this little portable shop vac that I got from Harbor Freight. Runs off a battery. I'm going to vacuum out my big shop vacs at my office. And I like that a bit much more powerful, but you know, you got to work with what you got right now. You see I got the seat frame in, but I just want to show you a couple things about the seat frames. This seat frame has a cable, which is for adjusting how the seat, slides on the tracks. Subsequent, that's because that's the early models used a cable. Later, they put a, how would I call it? A rod that goes from this side of the track and connects straight across here, where my hand is, and connects over there on the other track. And it's just a straight cable that you could adjust the seat without using the cables. You just use a rod, a steel rod. And I was going to get that and try to make that work. And I just had the airline cable I picked up at Home Depot and just goes across these pulleys. So the seat works with the cables. It adjusts. It's tricky, but it'll work. And I got to put this, because I'm short, the seat has to go up pretty far for me to reach the pedals properly. I don't like to admit that on camera, but it's true. I am not 6'5". I'm about 5'6" on a good day. The other thing I want to show you is I'm going to lift this up. You see under here? That's the, adjust the camera angle. That's the where it's bolted down. Whoever had the truck before just yanked those right through the hole. I don't know if that's focusing or not, but I just got to put some big washers under there. I banged them straight, but they pulled the nuts right through the holes, made the holes bigger. I'll bolt that back down, or nut that back down with some big fat washers to hold it in place. All right, so I got the seat. I guess seat tray, I guess is a seat rack. I don't know what you call this part, but it's in, bolted down, 8 bolts for that. But this is the skirt. There's 2 skirts. Now, you see, it used to have a bend in it. I hammered it out as best I could when I refurbished this last year. And it goes right like that. And then there's 3 sheet metal screws that hold it in place. And of course they're difficult to go in. I don't know why. They're big sheet metal screws, that's for sure. I think they would go right in, and they've been in 10 times before. To get them all started, I'll just drive them in with the drill. Last one. Nice finished look to it. We'll do the other side. It's the same thing. So you see the doors hanging on the hinges. That's because last night my son came home. I got him to help me put it on. I've seen guys put doors on by themselves. They set it on a stool. They roll it. They can line it up. It was just too tight for me to carry it out of the basement and try to get it on those hinges by myself. So I had my kid help me. And now the trick is to get it lined up. And I want to get these gaps. So I got a ton of these paint sticks from Home Depot. And I want to get these gaps just right. So you see it's tight down here. loose up here. Door's got to be tilted and set in place and tightened up properly. So I want to get that done today. And I hate being out here. It's freezing. I think it's 25 degrees outside. Means it's 25 degrees inside because there's no heat in here. And I want to try to get this done quickly as I can, get back inside. So basically what I'm going to do is try to put the door in place and then go inside and tighten up the screws. So I can see it's hitting the post here. If I lift up, it still hits the post. And it's still tight down here. So it means it's got to really come out a little and then slide up. Oh, you know what I just did? I just pulled the weather strip off that I had glued down from here to here. I'll just have to re-glue that. But that tells me, be careful what you're doing. So that's now in place, sorta. The gap is not bad here. Definitely too big here. Just right about here. So the door probably needs to rotate up a little bit. So I think I want to do, and I don't even think it'll close yet, so it's probably got to go this way more. I don't know if I can do that or not. What I'll do is I'll go inside and I'll tighten up the screws. The bolts rather. There's 4 bolts. Actually there's 6. 3 on top, 3 on the bottom. I only have 2 and 2, so I'm going to get that situated. Finally got some good weather. It's been about a week. It's nice and warm out. It's like 35, 40 degrees. And here's where I'm at. To me, the door looks low. Here's the body line. Here's the other body line. And I don't know if I'll ever get them to match up perfectly, but if this comes up another 1/4 inch, I'd be happy. Now to do that, I don't know if I have to take the hinge off and open up the holes on the hinge, or maybe the hinge itself is sagging. But as I come across here, definitely sagging here. If you look right there, there's the strike. It's nice and shiny because it's getting hit with the strike plate, or the strike plate is getting hit with the striker. So this door needs to rotate up. So what I've done, I went and put all new bolts in. And those are fine thread. I think they're 9/16 heads, 1/2 inch bolts. They're half inch 24 inch threads, the fine ones. I had to go to the hardware store and get them. Home Depot didn't carry them. And those are nice grade 8 bolts. But I got to loosen that up, raise the door up where it is now, because I don't want it to slide out. And once I get the door raised, then I want to rotate it. So A, will it raise? B, will it rotate? Or C, should I just take the thing off and hog out those holes or slots in the hinge? You know what I'm talking about. Here's what the hinge looks like. See, it's slotted. So if I wanted the door to go in more, I'd have to open this slot up going that way. If I want to go up more, I might have to take off some on the top with some kind of grinding tool, which I have. So I got this little experiment going to see if I'm going to gain, what I can gain by picking up on this door. So I've got a little pry under here, and you can see I got the door loosened up, but I'm really not picking up more than 1/16 of an inch, which tells me I probably have to go and take this door off and grind those hinge holes, slots open, so we have more room to raise this door up. So it did fit before, so I'm wondering why it doesn't fit now. So it's a weird thing. I don't know. So as you can see, I took the door off. And what I want to do is I got this tool here. I'm going to put it in a drill. I'm going to try to open up these slots a little. A little higher, a little higher, a little more forward on this one. While I'm here, let me just there's a little bit of play in that. Not much though. So I don't want to replace the hinge. So let me get the drill and give that a shot. But I want to make a mark with the pencil so I don't go too far. I think I got these holes opened up a little bit more than they should be. Here's what I used. I found an end mill and I cut it in half so it would fit in the drill. If I didn't cut it in half, it'd be too long. And I chucked it in the drill and I went out these holes and tried to open them up a little bit. I think they opened up a little bit. I mean, you can still see my pencil marks, but I'm going to try to put this door back on. Now, the trick, I think, is I'm going to put a little grease on these hinges so it'll slide easier. But you really need two people to do this, and I know my son's not going to come down here and help me, so I'm going to try to maybe put some blocks on the running board so to get it the right height and give it a shot. So I'm going to wrap this video up. I've been working on these doors on, off, adjusting left, right, high, low. So here I am with the driver's door. That's as far as it goes, and I can feel resistance, and I believe it's because the gasket in here, you can kind of see it, you know, squeeze there. But when I do force this closed, the gap is pretty good. So what I want to do, and I'm going to think about this for a day before I go any further, I'm thinking of peeling this whole gasket right off. Just get rid of it. Maybe cutting it down here and leaving this strip here on, or, you know, just leaving it. But the inside here and the inside of the hinge, I just don't think it's going to let this door close with that gasket in there. And, you know, I'm just done. I've had enough. The doors were great last season when I had no hinges or no gasket. And I did get this piece in here on the inside of the, this is called the windlass. This came out pretty good. I like this. So I'm going to leave that. But I'm about done. And plus, I'm going to tell you, I got another project coming up. I'm going to leave it at that. It's going to be here soon, and I'll start working on that. But I want to show you this one other thing. We've been having some wind issues. This is out my back door of my garage. Check this out. I lost both my tents. The S10 was in a tent. Now the S10 tents where the other tent was, this one's flipped over. So I got to clean this mess up. But the wind just ripped out. I had 6 of these. I don't even know if I can find them. The things for those dog runs screwed into the ground. It just ripped them right out. Just ridiculous. I had them screwed in tight. There's one. I had all those, every corner and the middle screwed down with those, and just ripped them right out of the ground. And this is the mess I'm left with. I could probably write these tents, you know, once the wind dies down. The fronts have been shredded. So anyways, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my next project. It's coming up. Should be here soon.